Okay, this is section 5.2 and 3, and this might take a couple videos, but the homework is all rolled into one for this one. So, when multiplying two polynomials, we have to ensure that each term in one polynomial distributes to each term in the other polynomial. So to do that, we use the distributive property and the rules of exponents. So, for example, on number 3, we need to make sure we multiply the 2x by the x to the 5th, the negative 3x cubed, and by the plus 5. So when we do that, 2x times x to the 5th is 2x to the 6th, because that, remember, that x has a 1 exponent on it and we're adding the exponents. 2x times negative 3x cubed. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. X to the first times x cubed is x to the 4th. And then 2x times plus 5, well, 2 times 5 is 10, and the x comes along for the ride. And so that's how that one distributes. Now, when we do number 4, we have to multiply the x by each term in the second polynomial. And we also have to multiply the 3 by every, well, the negative 3, sorry, by every term in the second parentheses. So we have, and I'll write this one out the long way, we have x times 2x squared plus x times 7x minus, because it's a minus 5, and x times 5. Then we have to multiply the negative 3 by everything. So negative 3 times 2x squared minus 3 times 7x minus 3 times a negative 5. So now multiply. X times 2x squared is 2x cubed. X times 7x is 7x squared. Minus x times 5 is a minus 5x. Negative 3 times 2x squared is minus 6x squared. Negative 3 times 7x is minus 21x. And negative 3 times a negative 5 is plus 15. Now we need to combine like terms. So the only x cubed term we have is 2x cubed, so that stays the same. We have a 7x squared minus a 6x squared, so 7 minus 6 is 1, so that's plus an x squared. Then we have negative 5x minus another 21x, so that gives us negative 26x. And then we have a plus 15 with no other constant term. So negative 2x cubed plus x squared minus 26x plus 15 is our answer. All right, let's talk about special products. So one of the things that most of you might remember from previous math classes is the FOIL method. And remember, FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, and last. And it's really the same thing as the distributive property we talked about before, but we use it when we multiply one binomial by a second binomial. So we have the firsts the outers, the inners, and the lasts. And if you notice, the first and the outer multiplies the 3x by everything in the second parentheses. And the inner and the last multiplies the -7 by everything in the second set of parentheses. So when we do that, we have 3x times 2x plus 3x times 5 minus 7 times a 2x minus 7 times a positive 5. So 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times 5 is plus 15x. -7 times 2x is minus 14x. And -7 times 5 gives us a minus 35. So here, the only like terms we have are the two x terms in the middle. And so when we combine like terms, we have 6x squared plus x minus 35. Okay, you should pause the video and try to do number 6 on your own. Okay, making sure we distribute everything. We have 4y squared times 3y plus 4y squared times 8 minus 1 times 3y minus 1 times 8. So 4y squared times 3y is 12y cubed. 4y squared times 8 is a 32y squared. -1 times 3y is minus 3y, and -1 times 8 is gives us a minus 8. So we have 12y cubed plus 32y squared minus 3y minus 8. So that's the FOIL method that we can use to multiply any two binomials. Now let's talk about the product of the sum and difference of two terms. So if we have something plus something, and then the same something minus the same other something, then that gives us the first something squared minus the second something squared. So let's look at that. So we can FOIL like normal. And when we do that, we get 7, we get 7x times 7x plus 7x times 2 minus, now we're on the inners, so minus 2 times a 7x, and then minus a 2 times a positive 2. So 7x times 7x is 49x squared. You also notice, I hope, that 7x times itself is the same thing as 7x quantity squared. Then we have 7x times 2 is plus 14x. -2 times 7x is minus 14x. And -2 times positive 2 is -4, so it's a minus 4. So I also hope you notice that 2 squared is 4. So if we combine all our like terms, we have 49x squared. The plus 14x and the minus 14x cancel each other out to 0, minus 4. So the 49x squared, remember, was 7x quantity squared, which was the first thing squared. And 4 is 2 squared, which is minus the second thing squared. So that's how this kind works out. Now, when you do a bunch of these, you'll get used to just going, oh, shortcut to the final answer. You can always FOIL, though. There's nothing wrong with that. So pause the video and try number 8 on your own. So on number 8, we have 5y squared times itself plus 5y squared times 3 minus 3 times 5y squared minus 3 times 3. So 5y squared times 5y squared, 5 times 5 is 25, and a y squared times another y squared is a y to the 4th, plus 5y squared times 3 is 15y squared. Negative 3 times 5y squared gives us a minus 15y squared. And negative 3 times a positive 3 gives us minus 9. Again, when we go to combine like terms, the middle two terms cancel each other out to 0. And we're left with 25y to the 4th minus 9. And there are 2 more problems on the next page, but we'll pick those up in another video.